Hey
Hey
world,
world, welcome back to Dragon Fairy History Podcast. I am your host Elijah, and this is my co-host.
Mary.
And today we are talking about the long and complicated history of marriage for the theme of February, the month of romance. But first, fun fact. We have to say a fun fact about ourselves, and you can go first, Mary.
For my fun fact, the other day I got to dissect a pericardium. It is the like sac that holds fluid that surrounds the heart. So
That's such a med student answer. That's crazy.
yeah, it's like in the fridge downstairs. Like,
Oh, oh wow.
yeah,
Damn. That's insane. That's a crazy fun fact. My fun fact is Batman is my favorite superhero.
isn't Batman technically a vigilante?
Well, I mean, tomato, tomato. Basically the same thing. Okay, I'll rephrase that. Batman is my favorite comic book character.
Mm.
There you go. So, Mary, marriage. Marriage is what brings us together today. Today, we are getting married.
Oh, I didn't hear this news.
Honestly, this is like the perfect topic for you because, like, Mary is it's your name. Like, your name basically is in marriage.
Mary's getting married.
Exactly. Okay, well, I'll start off by just saying the general history of like the of marriage and why people get married and some facts about how it developed. Um, but first, the definition of marriage, because a lot of people see it differently, but historically, marriage has always been a legal contract uniting not just two people, but two families. The reasons for this I will get into. But to start off, marriage has always been a thing. Ever since the first civilization, marriage has always been around, and so has love. Throughout history, marriage has usually been between a male and a female, even though same-sex relationships were acceptable. This is mostly the case for royals, though, because royals needed an heir. And to have an heir, you need the two sexes to do the deed.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Um, so that was like the reason for royals to get married and needed to get married to continue the bloodline. But because marriage and love were often separate for the upper class, people would often have lovers on the side. Like we know all the stories about the kings with their mistresses, because it wasn't like considered cheating, it was actually pretty normal to have someone on the side along with your marriage because you had like your wife, at least like from a male perspective, not the same for women, but for men, they would have their wife to like have children with. Um, but then they'd have their lover who they actually had a relationship with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've like heard about that before in like history classes.
But yeah, so basically marriage used to be like about continuation of the bloodline and wealth. You marry to like stay rich, and yeah, that's basically what marriage was really about and why it was invented. And also, especially in medieval times, like, marriage united kingdoms. So it was also for like political gain, um, definitely for politics. And we know there are no love in politics. Yeah. Um, but on the other hand, for peasants or poor people, marriage was a little different. Marriage was more about love because, there wasn't any politics or like any power poor people could gain through marriage other than marrying rich. But even then, it was still really hard for poor people to like level up in society, like until the modern age. Um, so yeah, it was more kind of like loving and like people just like married just whoever they wanted just for security and for romance. Um, Uh, but yeah, back to when I said that marriage wasn't just between two people, but between families. Sometimes it was more about the families. Many cultures, families arrange marriages for their children because it's like, they want to unite with a different family. And so it's like very much about bringing families together for like maybe I don't know, for many reasons. But yeah, that's like another aspect of marriage.
The success rate is for arranged marriages because I feel like it's probably pretty low.
Actually, the success rate for arranged marriages is pretty high, but
So,
it's only from my research, it's only because um the cultures where arranged marriages are a thing are very it's like it's very stigmatized to get divorced.
uh,
So it's like when you're married to someone, like you work harder to make it work because you don't want to be divorced, and like carry that stigma.
I see. It's like not socially acceptable to get divorced, so they
Yeah,
do everything they can.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's like it's really about like expectations and stuff. And also like social, yeah, expectations like from families usually, because the parents that arrange the marriage are like, you better be married, stay married. And
Like
so
better work
it's
out.
yeah. But that doesn't mean like there can't be love in an arranged marriage.
I'm sure it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, like some people just like fall in love together.
But is it Stockholm syndrome or is it love? It's the real
Stockholm
question.
syndrome is a very different thing.
Well, if you're
Stockholm
getting
syndrome is
like
when you're kidnapped and like you're
technically,
locked away and you can't be in the outside world. Yeah, no, that's a very different thing. But do you have any questions on anything else I mentioned?
I think it was all kind of like stuff I've already heard about before.
There's a big turning point in marriage, or just like relationships when Christianity was introduced to the Roman Empire, which then spread throughout Europe, because after Christianity was introduced, same-sex relationships were banned and weren't allowed anymore. That's unfortunate. I
That's
just need
something to
like
add about that is
ugh.
that the Bible never actually says that same-sex marriage is bad. It just says that men dating children is bad. But it got like misinterpreted, I think, as like being gay is bad, and then it just spread like wildfire, just like people's hatred.
Yeah, definitely. And I definitely think, the Bible what the Bible said, it definitely affected like ancient Rome, or like not ancient Rome, like the Roman Empire, because it was like a huge thing for older like male soldiers to have relationships with younger boys.
Uh,
Um but it was like seen as like motive, because if you have soldiers dating each other, then they're more motivated to protect each other in battle, you
which is
know?
not for the good of the overall battle. Just kind of
Yeah,
sad.
yeah, that's basically why it was like a huge thing.
Oh,
Um
I knew that.
so yeah, and there's also, the tale of the Sappho. I was like, what's her name? uh Sappho's from the island Lesbia, which again turned into lesbian and sapphic. But
Yeah.
yeah, she was definitely lesbian, wrote poetry of woman loving woman, and yeah, she was also a product of the, I think, ancient Greece, like yeah, classical Greece.
I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's why the word lesbian and sapphic developed.
Yeah, I never knew where those came from. That's cool.
Many cultures and religions allow polygamy, but it's mostly for men to show their wealth.
It always is. Like it's like you never see like a woman with like 10 husbands, but like a man with 10 wives is like socially acceptable in some countries.
Yeah. The reason behind it is because men are the ones making the money, and so like
Patriarchy.
yeah, because of the patriarchy, and so having multiple wives shows people that they can take care of multiple women, like they can financially support multiple women. So it's like it definitely shows your wealth to have multiple wives.
Because women are just objects. They're
Yeah,
just
and
like
no woman can make enough money. And why would a woman need to support men, you know?
exactly. Like men need to support women only. Like
Yeah.
like women can't do anything. We're just helpless creatures. Like just need a big strong man to take care of me.
Ugh, God. Ugh, I feel so gross thinking about that.
Yeah, I can't believe like just like having women was like seen as like wealth. Like that just like alone is like terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Like collecting women like action figures like
You're probably wondering, when did marriage become more popularly associated with love? Well, it all happened because of the Enlightenment. Now, in case you don't know, or to refresh your memory, the Enlightenment was an intellectual and philosophical movement in the 17th and 18th century that emphasized individuals' rights and freedoms, leading to the idea of choice in a partner. This like took place in the West, mostly, like mainly in the West. This is like not worldwide. Um, but this idea developed further during the Romantic era, in the 19th century with musical, artistic, and literary movements, changing the economic and political atmosphere of the West. It was like a lot of stories about love and a lot of philosophy surrounding love. And that's when the tides started to change and people started marrying mostly for love and not
How
for like wealth and stuff. Even though that still happens today. Like people still marry for money. Don't get me wrong.
Melania Trump.
Oh my God. You can't disagree with that.
Have you seen the clips of her? Like she hates him like so much. Like there's like whole like compilations of her like slapping Trump's hand when he tries to hold her. Wait, have you seen like at the I think it was the inauguration where she wore a hat. She wore a hat with a really long brim. And it was hilarious. She wore a hat with a really long brim so that when Trump tried to kiss her, he couldn't reach her face. And she's just looking at the camera like grinning. Like I'd never seen her smile so much. And like Trump's forehead just like hits the hat and he can't kiss her.
That
It's
is so funny, but also, damn,
yeah, it's
that sounds rough to have to deal with that.
yeah, I feel like it's like rough for both of them. Like
Oh, I don't care about what
oh
Trump's feelings.
yeah, Trump like that's
I'm just
for
like, oh,
her.
that's rough for her.
Oh yeah, she's definitely just waiting for the money. Like
Damn,
she's playing the long game.
playing the long game, waiting for the money to come in.
Yeah, literally. Because like I think being president ages you, so she's like she's hoping it's gonna age and whatnot.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I hope she like writes a book. Like once he's like I want to know the like secrets,
Oh yeah, I want to know all the juicy details.
right? Like she could make so much money off that book if she were to like write one.
Yeah, definitely. Back on topic here. Um, I just wanted to, like, honestly, the last thing I wanted to say was where marriage stands now, because a lot of things have been happening with marriage recently. Um, in 2001, the Netherlands was the first country to legalize same-sex marriage. Yes! That's a win for Netherlands.
That's good. Yes.
Yes.
Should
And
move
then
there.
in 2013, the UK legalized same-sex marriage, and then
Just
in
kidding.
2015, the US legalized same-sex marriage.
And we're about to throw that out the window very
Yeah,
apparently.
after 10 years, we only got 10 years of it.
I
But
can't
yeah, that was it. That's all I had on marriage. Any questions? Any comments?
Do you know what kind of like sparked like the whole like legalizing same-sex marriage in the US? Like how did that come to be in the first place?
Well, a lot of angry gays. It all starts
Yeah.
with a lot of angry gays. I think that's it. Just angry gays. They're
Angry gays.
powerful.
Oh yeah, like don't mess with angry gays.
Don't
Like
mess with angry gays. Damn, I actually couldn't really find much on what started it. Just like a lot about just like it just happened. They just decided. But I think a lot of protests, and especially, other countries legalizing it before them, like Scandinavia and like the Netherlands and other places in Europe, I think legalized it before, like earlier. And so I think, once the UK did it, America was like, oh, we should,
you gotta
we
get
should,
on that train.
yeah, we're falling behind here.
It's too many angry gays. Gotta-
Too many anti-Americans.
Yeah,
Maybe people might like America more if we
yeah.
legalize gay marriage. Anyways, you got some fun facts, Mary?
I do have some fun facts for you.
Ooh, I'm excited.
So this one's kind of crazy. So the term best man actually dates back to the times when Scotsmen kidnapped their future brides, and the friend of the groom who excelled the best at the abduction was acclaimed the best man.
That's very toxic. That's very problematic.
That's extremely toxic. Like, I don't think we should normalize like abducting women like that.
Do you think like the woman knew they were getting married, or was it just like, hey, dude, I'm gonna find myself a wife tonight, and they just break into a random woman's place and just like kidnap her? It's like you're my wife now.
I feel like they would have to know them a little bit because, like, imagine like you just get kidnapped one day by some man you don't know, and then you find out that you have to marry him. Like, absolutely not. So, I think they had to have at least known each other for a little bit, maybe be dating. And is it like the friend who like kidnaps the woman the best becomes the best man? That's just it's like a little game out of it too.
Well, now I don't want a best man at my re wedding.
Luckily, I don't think it's a thing anymore. It's,
I hope not. I didn't think it was.
yeah, so I think we're safe.
Either you or Mia will be like my best woman.
You can have best women, just have both of us.
Two? You can have two?
I don't know what the rules are for marriage.
I mean, house rules.
House rules.
House rules.
Oh, true, yeah. You make the rules at your own wedding.
Yes. Yeah. I remember we talked about it in our Spartan video, but Spartans also kidnapped the bride.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
What's the thing? Like, why are we kidnapping women? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. Patriarchy, that's my answer.
exactly, we should normalize kidnapping men.
Yes.
I love that you're on board with it.
Any other fun facts?
Also, that February 10th, at the time of us recording this, which is tomorrow, is World Marriage Day.
Yeah. Why, why? That's such a weird holiday, though. Like, why have world marriage? What, you're basically celebrating marriage. Like, what if you're not married?
Yeah, then I guess you celebrate the married people that you know in your life, which is also kind of sad. Like how like Valentine's Day, like if you're not like dating someone, it's just kind of like, oh, it's another day.
But even married couple celebrating marriage is just celebrate your anniversary. Like, they already have an anniversary.
They already have enough days. They don't need any more.
Yeah, they already have enough attention. We need some more like holidays to celebrate the lonely people.
Yes, single day.
Single day. We should turn
February
Valentine's
11th.
Day into single day.
We should do that.
Yeah. Because not only do married couples have anniversaries and marriage day, they also have Valentine's Day.
That is true.
We
They
have
get
too
all
much
the holidays.
power.
And I'm sure there's also like more holidays out there that are like related to that as well. We need to create single people holidays.
Yes. And we can just all be sad together.
Saying no to world marriage.
I say marriage shouldn't exist.
I say like why
If the
just
gays
stop with
can't get
gay
married,
marriage?
then no one can.
Exactly. Why stop there? Like why stop with gay marriage? Let's just ban all marriage.
Yeah, just ban marriage.
Yeah, just ban it, period. Yeah. Yes, I did have one more fun fact that in Holland, a pine tree would be planted outside like couples' homes right after they were married, and it was to symbolize luck and fertility, which
Nah.
like, yeah, interesting. Like, did they know? that like this tree was being planted outside their home, or would it just like show up a day later?
Hey, a tree appeared.
They're like, oh, why is this tree outside my home? I don't know.
I didn't plant it.
I didn't play that tree. They like are really confused about a tree and they like call someone and they just like pick up the phone and go, I didn't plant a tree. Straight up.
Yeah. I have a fun question for you.
Mhm.
What kind of wedding gift would you like for your wedding? Like if you're getting married, what gift? Would you want a tree?
I want a tree. Um, I don't think that would be like at the top of my list, I'd say. It would be like an entire tree. You know, like maybe like a cute like little flower to like as like a little housewarming gift, I think would be cute. But I mean, I think I would have to pass on the tree. Yeah. I'll throw that question back at you. What what do you think of like a tree being planted outside after a wedding? Or
I
like what
kind of fuck with it. Honestly, that's epic. Like I would love a tree because then I can have like a tree to go to. Like I like a good symbol, you know? I'm very sentimental, so I like things that symbolize things in my life. And also I could like sit at the tree and read. It could be like a spot, like, a personal spot for me.
Oh, and like that tree would always like remind you of like your wedding night.
Hmm.
I could see that. I think it depends on the size of the tree.
Well, if it's a small tree, that's cute. I can like sit there by the tree. If it's a big tree, then I can climb it, which is epic.
You make like a little tree house like in the tree.
Oh, yes, tree house.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I'm so lonely. I feel so lonely.
One day,
What?
one day you'll like have like a partner and like I'll make sure I'll give you a tree. It'll You're gonna find a tree outside your house the next day.
Yeah, you'll just like carry it and then let's just place it on the ground.
Exactly. I'll make sure it happens.
Uh,
Just see me at like 1 a.m., just like outside your house with like a tree.
oh my God. Wait, oh my God, imagine a Christmas tree, but instead of like Christmas ornaments, it's all like heart ornaments.
Oh, that'd be kind of cute.
That would be so awesome.
Oh my God. For like Valentine's Day, you could like decorate the tree. Oh my God. And for World Marriage Day.
God. Oh my God, what if I just have a tree? Because, it's so annoying taking a tree out and putting it back in. What if I just have a tree in my house all year and like like holiday I decorate it according to the holiday. Like I have Halloween ornaments and like spooky things on it. And then I have like Christmas and then I have like Valentine's Day hearts on it. And then like I have bunnies and eggs for Easter.
Yeah, I think that would be so cute. I like that idea.
Yeah. But I would have to have a lot of ornaments,
You'd
which
have a whole ornament room at that point. Like,
yeah.
if you want to do like every holiday, like 4th of July and like everything. Oh my God, for like Pride Month, you can have like gay ornaments.
Oh my God, rainbow. It just whole thing is rainbow. Yes, that's so true. Oh my God. Someday when I'm rich and own a house, I'll do that.
Yeah, that sounds really nice. Like I might do that too. That's a really cool idea.
We'll make it a tradition.
Yes.
Uh, well, anyways, it is time for us to end our video. We have come to the appropriate conclusion.
Appropriate conclusion.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okay, I'm hungry. And that's why we are ending this video. I need food. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment below what other topics you want us to talk about. Um, See ya in the next video.